Verse 20 again.
Okay. And they will bring my brothers from the nations of my holy mountain and Jerusalem as an offering to Yahweh. So all these other nations are going to come to God to give offering and to repent, hopefully.
Well, at a place called His Holy Mountain.
That's right.
It's just like the ark was to put all of his animals and his creatures, his creations and all the people for protection. He's now got a bit of real estate called His Holy Mountain where everybody is kept safe.
So that means that God has already chosen His leaders, His people who are going to be governing and instructing all these other nations what to do and how to do it. So that means all the people that have their heart and been judged unlawfully because they kept the truth, and so on, their fruits will be flourished. Yeah. So they will start to reap of their hard labor. If they stayed in integrity and in truth.
Well, it's a little bit about you can't be a member of a club if you don't keep the rules of the club. You can't be a member of a sporting team without and break the rules. If you are, you'll be thrown out of the sporting team.
Well, how can you be a member of a group or a religion or a government or movement or something when there's so much hypocrisy happening within? I mean, we claim to be love, and you go there and people are hating each other. Well, that doesn't fit, does it? So
but here we've got to go back.
Keep,
but here we've got to keep the law. What's the laws of Yahweh? 10 Commandments.
Yeah, and the first 5 commandments talks
about
God.
Ones.
It talks about God and how we need to worship God, and the other 5 talks about how we should respect our human brothers and nature. That if we love God, we were going to respect each individual with equality. We will not take the wife or the cattle or whatever that does not belong to you. You will leave and you will assist your brother, not rape him and steal from him and do all these other stuff that as a society. I mean, if you really look at a society to function properly, it's really based on those 10 commandments.
You can see when we get wound up here, we can't stop it.
So it goes back that people will come to Yahweh's mountain and will give abundance, will give their wealth or whatever on the horses, in the chariots and wagons and on
well, I've seen, horses, chariots, wagons, camels and all these things. Well, today they're probably cars.
Jets.
747.
Lamborghini and all sorts of things.
But what it's saying there, they will bring them, as the Israelites bring their grain offerings to the temple of Yahweh, in ceremonially clean vessels, and, I like this part, verse 21, and I will select some of them also to be my priests and Levites, says Yahweh. So he's again going to select some of them to be his priests.
This is what people have to realize, that God is not going to select you by your ability. He's going to select you by your pure thoughts and heart. So it's going to go, he will be able to see right through individual person who they really, really are. And we will, and as we get closer and unite with God, we're going to have the same abilities as well. When we're going to know when someone speaks the truth, we're going to know how they're resonating and where their loyalty is. And this is where you'll depict charlatans from the truth, who are the truth seekers and who are the charlatans. So again, going back, so when you've got God on your side, you can do anything and everything.
But I would say, if I didn't know you and I didn't know what we're doing and I didn't know the book, I'd say, well, which God are you talking about? Because everybody's got a God. One lot of people call Jesus a God, another one Christian, another one Buddha, another one Shinto, and so on. They've all got gods. We've got to refer to the God that we're talking about as the creator God.
Let's go on this comment that you said. I mean, people, when there was Jesus, was so hypothetical, was Jesus, was there Christianity of the time? Was there Buddhism of the time?
No.
Was there Hinduism of the time?
No.
There wasn't.
No.
So there were teachers.
So, in other words, go back to the original.
Exactly, there were teachers, and then the government made a religion or a movement of it, or think just so they can get power and influence people, because that's how they got them to win people in. But you got to win people in with the truth, because truth will always prevail. You can keep them. You can keep a cat in a bag for a certain time. Eventually, it will get out. Remember, a cat's got 8 lives.
Let me read this one here. This is Isaiah 58, verse 13 on. If you keep your feet from breaking the Sabbath, and from doing as you please on his holy day, the Sabbath, and if you call the Sabbath a delight, and Yahweh's holy day honourable, and if you honour it by not going and doing your own thing about it.
Pleasures,
yeah. Verse 23, from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, which is the 7th day Sabbath according to the 10th commandment law, all mankind, I like this, doesn't matter who you are, where you are in the world, all mankind will come and bow down before me, says Yahweh, and they will go out and look upon the dead bodies of those that have rebelled against me. So if you don't like keeping the law of Yahweh, God, this is what it says here.
But it's not just that. If you keep a day, which is a Sabbath of delight, first of all, you're blessed. Second of all, you got something to look forward to, that you can drop all the cares of the world and problems and difficulty. You unite with God, and you unite with your family and friends and make it a special occasion. So getting together over a lunch and getting together with some friends and speaking and giving praise, it soothes the heart and the mind and your soul. So
look what it says there.
Ezekiel 20. I am Yahweh, your God. Follow my decrees, and be careful of keeping my laws. Okay, which really, if you got God on your side, if you got God on your heart,
ringing the bell again.
on your heart, you're going to do it out of your heart, not because I fear of that. Yeah, that's what I have to do. You're going to do it naturally, and this is where people have to get to: is to do it naturally.
Look what it says there.
Keep the Sabbath holy, and they may be a sign between us, and that is so correct. Then you will know that I am Yahweh your God. So this is a connection that we converse between the two parties, and you make it a special day. And you look, in the beginning it's not going to be, oh wow, it's Sabbath, let me drop everything. No,
you know that what we're reading is totally against the whole world, the whole way of life.
Oh, it is, because when you first start up, look, I mean, I didn't keep the Sabbath in the beginning. I didn't even know of the Sabbath.
They're going to think we're cooking.
No, they're not, because you go back to the Word, and if you want to have the truth impressed upon your heart, God will find you the way, and then it becomes second nature. Look, in the beginning, anything that's new, it's awkward. Okay, because we've been taught a different way of living, and then when you're coming back in harmony and things like that, well, it's like a foreign language. It's something foreign. But then, and the more you allow the God to impress upon your heart and mind, it becomes second nature. So this is what people have to realize, that it's natural. And you got to make it natural when you're in harmony with the divine.
Well,
and this is, and it says here again, keep my Sabbath holy, and they will be a sign between us. So between me and God and me. So it's conversing, communication back and forth. So, and it's a sign before the galaxy, before the angels, before the, we're talking about different forces that are going to try and intervene. So when you start and you make that alleging commitment between you and God does assist you. And helps you and becomes second nature. Look, I've done it. Yeah. No one in my family has kept the Sabbath, and then when we start to keep the Sabbath, people will say, well, they will say, yeah, you're cuckoo.
Well, look at this little bit here.
Or even being vegetarian. 20 years ago, being a vegetarian was like you were foreign, you were out of space. Now it's something common, so it's the same thing.
Look what it says in Isaiah 66:22. He makes a comment here. This is Yahweh speaking. As the new heavens and the new earth that I make will endure before me, declares Yahweh, so will your name and your descendants endure. So there's going to be a new heavens, there's going to be a new earth, and for those people that are his people, they're going to be with him for eternity.
And there's Zechariah 14 says,
okay.
Yahweh comes and regains. The day of Yahweh is coming when you plunder will be divided among you. So he's coming no matter what. He's definitely coming. So be ready, because if you're not, you'll be stricken by surprise.
All right, go back to a little bit about the fight that's going to happen between the world and Yahweh. Let's have a look. Have you got the text from the Bible on what it said? I think that's Isaiah. Or is this a different one? Well, I'll read this and then you can share this with me.
Okay.
It goes on.